Good day, everyone. Today I'll be talking about body movements. Body movements are the different ways our body parts move to perform actions, express emotions, or maintain balance and coordination. These movements helps us carry out everyday tasks and physical activities, from walking and dancing to simply stretching or turning our head. There are two main types of body movements, and that is axial and locomotor movements. Axial movements are movements that happen around a central axis or part of the body. This means that the body stays in one place while certain parts move. On the other hand, locomotor movements are movements that allow the body to move from one place to another. In summary, axial movements keep the body in place, while locomotor movements make the body travel through space.
Flexion is a movement that decreases the angle between two or more bones at joints, essentially bending the joints, like this.
Extension is a type of non-locomotor movement that involves straightening or increasing the angle of a joint, essentially making a body part longer or straighter. A non-locomotor movement is demonstrated when I stretch my arms outward, bending solely at the elbows, while keeping my body stationary.
Abduction exercises are non-locomotor movements where you move a body part away from the midline of your body. In this case, I'm doing side hip abductions, which is an exercise that targets the hip abductor muscles, which are located on the outer side of your hips and thighs.
Pendular is a non-locomotor movement, means a swinging motion done in place. The body moves back and forth like a pendulum without traveling from one spot to another.
Pivotal is a movement where a body part rotates around its axis without changing location. For example, when I turn my head side to side, notice that the head doesn't move forward or backward. It just rotates in place. This makes it a non-locomotor movement.
Protraction refers the act of moving a body part forward or extending something, like this.
Elevation is a non-locomotor movement because the body moves upward without changing location. It involves lifting parts of the body like rising on your toes or stretching your arms overhead. Example, reaching your hands up high while staying in one spot.
Depression, on the other hand, is a downward movement of the body part without changing location. Example, lowering your shoulders after shrugging.
Circumduction movement is a complex anatomical motion where a limb or body part moves in a way that its distal end, farthest from the body, traces a circle, while the proximal end, closest to the body, remains relatively fixed, causing the limb to trace a cone-like shape.
Retraction is an anatomical movement that involves pulling a body part backward or posteriorly, moving it closer to the spine or the posterior, which is the back side of the body. It is the opposite movement of protraction, which moves a body part forward.
Suspended is a movement that seems to pause in mid-air before gently falling or changing direction. Example, holding your arms up and pausing before letting them go. It is used in ballet, contemporary dances, and gymnastics to show balance and control. Sustained is a slow and smooth continuous movement that shows control. Example, slowly raising and lowering your arms, used in dancing, yogas, and stretching exercise to improve balance and body control.
Percussive movements are movements that feel like you're hitting or striking something. They're sharp and fast, like a quick punch, clap, stomp, or sudden kick. The movement has power and then stops right away, just like a drum beat, short and strong. Examples are clapping, stomping, or punching. The movement starts with power and then stops immediately, just like a drum beat.
Vibratory exercises in physical education are movements or activities that involve rapid or shaking motions of certain body parts or muscles to improve strength, flexibility, and circulation. These exercises often use vibration platforms or tools, but can also be done naturally through body movements that create vibrations.
Galloping is a locomotor movement that looks similar to how a horse moves. One leg always stays in the front while the other leg follows. It is often used in physical education, dance, and sports training to build coordination, rhythm, and leg strength.
A hop is a locomotor movement that involves moving from one place to another. It happens when you push off the ground with one foot and land on the same foot using your arms for balance.
The run movement or running gait is a method of terrestrial locomotion where the body moves quickly on foot. The primary difference between running and walking is that running includes a moment of flight or aerial pace where both feet are off the ground at the same time.
Skipping is a combination between stepping and hopping. You step forward with one foot and then hop on that foot before switching to the other side. Skipping combines a step and a hop, done alternately on each foot. It should look smooth, light, and rhythmic. Because my body travels from one place to another, skipping is a locomotor movement.
Slide is a type of locomotor movement where the body moves smoothly to the side, one foot steps to the side, and the other foot quickly closes to meet it.
A stepping locomotor movement is a form of travel that moves the body from one point to another, where stepping is a fundamental part of the action.
In stepping, the primary goal is to move the body from one place to another. Unlike non-locomotor movement, the body is not stationary. Weight is transferred to facilitate movement.
Leaping is a locomotor movement where you push up from one foot and land on the opposite foot, covering a distance or height through the air. It's like a long high step similar to what dancers or athletes do when moving quickly across space.